all the things. So I think can jump is definitely going to take a direction, and that direction is going to be defaulted to DD none. So where is that DD none? So basically what we can do is we can just pass in the direction here. And we can say, because we're not passing in this direction, what we're going to do is we're going to ask if our direction vector dot y, so dir equals Dashkin direction dd none, and it's like if direction vector dot y is less than 0, else if direction vector dot y is greater than 0. We'll set these things as so. Alright, so it's gonna be DD left and DD right. We just pass in dir here. And we also need like can jump. So movement can jump. We're gonna have to do this right there. So we want that to actually do what we want. Jump velocity. Shit, what was jump velocity? Because we actually had jump velocity right there. Jump velocity. Where is jump velocity? Oh, it's already defined. It was just being pissed off for no real reason. Alright, so that's jump velocity. Great. So that's a thing. So can jump. Okay, so if the direction equals this other one, that'll be good. We're just complaining about all the people, all the things. Oh man. Alright, so we need to do if the direction is none. So if you don't specify a direction and you're not on the ground, then I think basically we're just gonna say like, well, return false. You can't do it. Otherwise, we're gonna do like a sweep vector. So our sweep dir is going to equal something. So we're going to switch off of the direction and case left. So DD left, the direction is going to be, should I just define like G left and right? I think so. Seems reasonable. If you don't know what left and right are, just define them. Alright, so direction is left. We're gonna brake. DD right. Our direction is going to be right, as you would expect. And default in there. So, we're going to need a minimum step here. Also, we can probably just replace this with our utility function as well. Min jump magnitude. Min jump magnitude is 20. Oh, well, no wonder the can jump was feeling a little floaty. Let's set that to something smaller, like 5. That seems fine. So let's do it. Let's get some of this coded out. I'll get back to actually working with most of my brain, which may be surprising that I even have one at times. Okay, so direction is there. We need to use our movement utils to swap this out. So sweep movement object, and we're going to go for position. We're going to go in the negative down direction. We are going to sweep for min jump magnitude, and it's going to add a little bit to it, which is fine, and that's it. So we're just going to say, like, if we swept an object and we collided, we just return wait a minute, what the frick is this? Okay, we're casting up by a very small amount to see if we're gonna hit the ceiling. Okay, that's something else. So sweep up to see if we're just too. If we don't have any room, to jump. Alright, so sweep, and more sweeps. So we'll return false if we hit something. Otherwise, we return the truth. Okay, cool. So, if this is the thing, if we're going left, we actually want to go right. That's going to be what we're doing. And we want to do two things. We want to sweep in both directions, actually. So we want to sweep. Because if we're in like a tunnel, we don't want to just like ding 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 if we're the same size of it. So we need to sweep this direction to see if we have a wall, and sweep this direction to see if we have any room to go. Alright, so we need G, min, jump, kick off, space, and we need kit, G, min, jump, stick space, or something like that. It's like the space that you're at. Is it stick space? Would be a good name for that. G, min, jump, like kick off distance, maybe? Kick off. And kickoff room is the other one. So kickoff room should be that, and kickoff distance should be like 10, or it should be something low. Like 10 is pretty small. Why don't we try 10? It's pretty quick, and it should be okay. Ten is tiny. It's like 10 centimeters, right? So that big. If you're that far away from the wall, you can kick off. Versus, I think 100 units is a meter. So all that sort of fun things. So what we want to do is we want to sweep in both directions. So we want to sweep in our direction vector. So in the direction we'll be going. So this is, if we're holding to the right, why don't we just not confuse our own selves and just be like, if the direction you want to go, yeah, okay. This is going to be jump direction. Just yeah, F vector, sweep direction. Yeah, okay, jump direction. We were doing this, but our brain wasn't in it, which meant we weren't doing anything. So we're going to sweep in our jump direction by the kickoff room. And our position is just going to be get position, because we're going to need that position regardless of whatever we're doing. And if we hit something, make sure we have enough room in our kickoff direction. Alright, cool. Otherwise, we need to sweep in the negative jump direction to see if we actually have a wall that we can hit. So it's going to be kickoff distance. And if we hit, return true, otherwise return false. Sweep in the opposite direction to see if we can kick off the wall. Alright, so basically we're saying if we want to jump or we do any of those things, we're actually still going to have our wants to jump working properly, looks like. So if you like hit A and you're holding in the other direction, you'll kick off from the wall just fine. 100 milliseconds sounds like a good plan. So I think that'll work pretty well. And if we just did it right now, what's going to happen? We're going to call jump. And we're going to jump to the left or to the right. And our velocity is going to be I mean, this is pretty funny actually. It's always 1. So our velocity will always be positive 1. Let's just see how this looks. We're going to be just wall jumping up things, but let's make sure we can actually like wall jump up that thing. Our Z is going to get reset though to positive. Our Y will not. Which we're actually going to want to do the opposite, it seems like. We're going to want to like zero out our Y velocity and keep our Z velocity pretty much with the wall jump in some respects. We'll have to tune it and see what it actually does. Anyway, I'm gonna take a short bio break and I'll be back. And now I need more water. Alright, so we're gonna get this wall jumping thing working. We're gonna take a look at this real quick, because what should be happening is our Y velocity should be doing some kind of funky things on the walls. And we should be able to jump off of just everything, which might be really awkward, actually. But we actually have to hit the opposite direction on the keys to do the jump. So I'll have to take a look. So nothing crazy. So we're gonna write the same thing here where we take pointers. No, should we? I should just write a function that just doesn't take the response, I think. We just won't make them blueprint accessible. I don't see what's wrong with this. Nothing at all. Alright, that's, I think, correct. I'm not using response anywhere. Yeah, looks fine. Yeah, and you can see it's taken me a little while just to even get back into work mode just after chatting with somebody. It really just getting back focused when working is really difficult. Alright, so we should be wall jumping. Let's make sure normal jumping works first, and then we'll try some wall jumping. So this means we can only wall jump on things that are actually vertical. Like if we can land on them, we're just going to do a normal ground jump. Of course, now we're not jumping at all. Okay, why is that? So we're sweeping, and we're returning true, so we're trying to jump. We're doing two sweeps when we really don't need to. So what we should be doing is like if movement jump, dir jump velocity, then m wants to jump equals false, else we just do it like that. In this direction, well, dir.z is 0. What was I setting this to before? Direction was... we were just setting our direction vector z and normalizing it. Like we were literally just passing in straight up as our direction. That's what we were doing. So what we should be doing is, for the ground-based jumping, we should just be passing the other direction. So we need a couple things. We need the if underscore on ground. Yeah, so if our current state equals on ground, then we need to do all this stuff. And then we'll have an else. So the dir is going to be negative down. We can get rid of some of these lines here. And of course, fixing our compile errors. Alright. Surface normal, impact normal, ground jump nudge. So, nudging out of the ground. So we're going to need to do the negative direction. It's basically sweep the negative direction and then add those things all in there. And we're going to invert this logic for everything else. so. What's going on here? We're kind of stopping. Why are we stopping? Is that new? Yeah, we're like hesitating on the edge there. When the hell did that start happening? Is that the jump kill stuff? Yeah, that is new. And that's the Y velocity? No, it's gonna be something unrelated to the jump, because I'm not jumping when it does that. I mean, I could even take out all the jump code, but I'm not going to, because I need to be able to jump up on a surface to test it. It has something to do with the velocity not being preserved when we go from ground to air. So we'll see. It's probably nothing big. Air velocity in the y direction was negative 3,000. That was to the left. So we're getting stopped for some reason? Or else not hitting where I think we were. Oh, come on, I'm not trying to do that in this selection. So 556, it's here. So we're going from ground to air to back real quick is what's happening. $310. No, it's none of those things. Don't worry about it. It has absolutely nothing to do with jumping. Like this is literally, there is no jumping happening. None of the stuff that I've been touching for the last couple minutes is happening. It's something else that I just did that's unrelated that's now changing lots of things. Thank you for following Artcore. Of course, you just got me at a time where I'm trying to figure out what the hell I just did that broke things. What am I doing? I should be turning on the trace tag and just looking at what the hell it's doing. It's probably that I screwed something up inside of the movement in air code, and that as a result of that, because it looks like the velocity is correct, it just looks like there's something screwed up with the delta t's and all that when I was messing with it. Yeah, I've seen Artcore in the viewer list for the last like 4 hours, and it looks like he followed right when he left. I think he was like, he's fucked everything up. I'm gonna leave now. So I did change a lot of little things. So basically, it's going to be some very small thing, and I just want to see exactly what's going on. I think that what's happening is the thing that's detecting if we're on the floor is not correct for one of the checks. It's hard to see exactly what the hell is going on there. Yeah, it's like freaking impossible to see what's going on there. We are landing, our velocity is such. Brake. Well, we'll see exactly why we're actually looking at this. Well, just we can always just go revert whatever the hell I did. But we'll see. It's I just need to add some more trace statements to figure out why it's doing what it's doing. But it's kind of going back and forth between ground and air, and it should just be snapping to the ground. If it's ground, and that should be just fine. So it's probably simulating for no time at all or something on the ground. And the math is just a little bit different. So it could be that one of these stick to grounds has the wrong position, like snap to floor has the wrong position, like not the position that the object actually is in, and stuff like that. And now we're just, I changed a few things and took a few things out. Now I'm just building a whole bunch of crap, I guess. What is it having problems with? Why is something referencing this constant G down? Like, the constant G down doesn't exist. Probably because I canceled a build and now I'm gonna have to rebuild everything or something. Real pain in the ass. Well, I've got nothing interesting to say while it's compiling. Absolutely nothing. Because I'm not exactly sure where it's getting stuck. We're gonna have to figure out exactly where. I don't think I was changing any of the code, so it's gonna be something during the cleanup. But I thought I ran over all the little bits and pieces while I was cleaning up the code. So we're in the air, we're no longer on the ground, we're in the air, we're no... So we are landing on 656. How's Unreal treating? Unreal's working pretty well. Just another little snag when we're trying to move our character around. We refactored code to clean stuff up, and now we're getting stuck coming off a platform, and I have to figure out exactly what I changed that's screwing stuff up. We're landing here. Why is that? So if we can land, basically our collision hit impact normal. And where were we casting? We were casting in the direction is so we were sweeping in our direction, and we hit ground? Is that what's going on? Like, so if we're in the air and our velocity is set, so we sweep in the direction, and if we get a collision, so we're colliding and we're sweeping in our direction and we're colliding. So we're actually sweeping to the left and very small down direction. So I think it's that we shouldn't be in the air so easily.